get this. You sent in some gaming news, and it's got us kind of scratching our heads today. We're going to be diving deep into this whole world of fake video game ads.
Okay.
And it's Activision that's really kind of stirring things up.
Interesting.
Apparently, they're using these AI-generated images in ads for mobile games
Okay.
that don't even actually exist yet.
Wow.
So,
That's a really interesting strategy.
yeah.
They're essentially using, these fake ads to gauge player interest before they actually, commit to developing a game.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to use AI to, help with the development of the game.
Right.
But to create entire ad campaigns
Yeah.
for, imaginary games is kind of wild.
Well, think about it this way.
Yeah.
They're tapping into our natural curiosity as gamers.
Yeah.
We see an ad for a game that we would love to play,
Uh-huh.
especially if it's part of a franchise we already know and love.
Yeah.
It sparks that instant desire.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
So what kind of games are we talking about here?
Any big names?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We're talking about potential new entries in, massive franchises. Guitar Hero, Call of Duty, even Crash Bandicoot.
Whoa. Okay, now you got my attention.
Yeah.
So I'm picturing myself scrolling through Instagram,
Uh-huh.
and I see an ad for, let's say, Call of Duty, Zombie Defender.
Okay.
It looks awesome, so I click on it,
Yeah.
and then what?
Here's where it gets really clever.
Okay.
Instead of taking you to a real App Store page,
Yeah.
the ad leads you to a mock-up of a mobile store page.
Oh, wow.
It looks convincing,
Okay.
but if you look closely, there's no download button or
Okay.
anything like that.
So it's like a fake storefront.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm starting to see where this is going.
Yeah, and then you're presented with a survey.
Okay.
And here's the kicker. The survey tells you that the game isn't actually real,
What?
but it asks you what features you would want to see in a game like the one in the ad.
So they're essentially getting players to design their games for them.
Right.
Pretty sneaky.
But I have to admit, it's kind of brilliant.
It's definitely an unconventional approach to market research.
Yeah.
They're gathering valuable data on player preferences without investing millions of dollars in developing a game that might not even be popular.
Right, and they're doing all of this with intentionally sloppy AI-generated art.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't like some high-end, super polished marketing campaign.
Yeah.
The article that you sent me mentioned that they're actually using a style that's being called AI Slop.
It's almost like they're leaning into the fact that the art is AI generated.
Mm.
There's even an example in the article where a Crash Bandicoot character is missing half of its face.
Wait, what? Missing
Yeah.
half of its face?
Yeah.
Okay, now that's just creepy.
Right.
It's like something out of a nightmare.
It definitely highlights some of the current limitations of AI art.
Okay.
While it can generate images, it often struggles with details and consistency, which can lead to these interesting results.
Yeah.
For sure.
Interesting indeed. So it's like they're using the AI slop almost like a signal to players that, hey, this isn't a real game,
Yeah.
but hey, maybe it could be?
Right.
What do you think is that part of the strategy?
It's certainly possible. I mean, by using this distinctive art style, they're setting expectations from the start.
Okay.
Players know they're not looking at a final product,
Yeah.
which might actually make them more forgiving of any imperfections.
That's a really interesting point. It's almost like they're turning a potential negative into a positive.
Yeah.
But I can't help but wonder, is there a risk that this could backfire?
You mean like in terms of how players perceive Activision's marketing?
Yeah, exactly. What if players start to feel like they're being tricked or manipulated?
Sure.
Could this erode trust in future game announcements?
Yeah, it's definitely a valid concern.
Mm.
I mean, if companies start routinely using fake ads to generate hype,
Uh-huh.
it could lead to a sense of cynicism among players.
Yeah. Right.
They might start to question the authenticity of all game marketing, wondering if what they're seeing is even real.
And that could make it harder for legitimate game announcements to kind of break through the noise, right?
Absolutely.
It's like The Boy Who Cried Wolf.
Yeah, man.
If players are constantly being bombarded with fake ads, they might not believe the real ones when they finally do arrive.
Precisely. It's a delicate balance.
Yeah.
Activision is walking a tightrope between generating excitement and maintaining trust.
For sure.
Only time will tell how this strategy will play out in the long run.
This whole situation has really got me thinking about the bigger picture.
Okay.
I mean, Activision isn't the only company using AI in games these days, right?
Absolutely not. The use of AI in game development is becoming increasingly common.
Yeah.
It can help streamline certain processes like asset creation.
Right.
And even assist with game
I
design.
remember Call of Duty, Black Ops 6.
Yeah.
They actually had a disclaimer on the Steam page stating that they used AI to help develop some of the in-game assets.
And that sparked a whole debate about the role of AI in creative industries.
Yeah.
Some people argued that it's a valuable tool that can enhance the creative process, while others worried about the potential displacement of human artists and developers.
Right, and then there was that whole thing with the zombie Santa in Black Ops 6.
Oh, yeah.
The one with 6 fingers?
The six-fingered Santa that became a bit of an internet meme.
Yeah.
A prime example of AI art gone awry.
Yeah.
It's a good reminder that AI, while powerful, still has its limitations.
Yeah.
You know, it can sometimes produce unexpected or even unsettling results.
For sure, but getting back to Activision's strategy with these fake ads, do you think this is something we're going to see more of in the future?
It's hard to say for sure, but it wouldn't be surprising.
Yeah.
As AI technology continues to advance, it's likely that we'll see even more creative applications in marketing and advertising.
And that raises a whole host of questions, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Where do we draw the line between innovation and manipulation?
Huh.
How do we as consumers navigate this increasingly complex landscape of AI-generated content?
These are important questions that we need to start grappling with.
Yeah.
It's a conversation that's only going to become more relevant as AI becomes increasingly integrated into our lives.
I think it all comes back to that idea of trust.
Yeah.
You know, if we can't trust the information that we're being presented with, it becomes very difficult to make informed decisions.
Absolutely.
It's like we're entering this weird new era of marketing where reality is becoming increasingly blurred.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, would you even be mad if you clicked on an ad for a game that turned out to be fake?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And I think the answer might surprise people.
Okay.
Some might be annoyed, sure,
Uh-huh.
but others might actually be intrigued,
Yeah.
especially if the fake ad sparked their imagination and made them think, hey, this could actually be a really cool game.
Yeah, I can see that it's almost like they're tapping into a collective desire
Right.
to be a part of the game development process.
Exactly.
Like, hey, Activision, you should make this game, and here are the features I want.
Yeah, and by involving players in that early stage,
Yeah.
even if it's just through a survey,
Uh-huh.
they're creating a sense of ownership and investment.
Yeah,
It's clever marketing psychology.
it really is. So where does this leave us, the players? What are the key takeaways from all of this?
Well, I think the most important thing is to be aware of this new trend in game marketing.
Okay.
You know, don't take everything you see at face value.
Right.
That amazing new game you saw advertised on Instagram,
Uh-huh.
it might not actually exist yet.
Good point. Always a healthy dose of skepticism these days, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, I think this also presents an exciting opportunity for players to have more of a voice in the types of games that get made.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
If you see a fake ad for a game that you'd love to play,
Yeah.
don't be afraid to let the developers know.
Okay.
Who knows, your feedback might just help bring that game to life.
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah.
It's not just about being tricked or manipulated. It's about recognizing the potential power we have as players to shape the future of gaming.
Exactly. It's a two-way street.
Yeah.
Developers are looking for ways to connect with players and understand what they want. And players now have more avenues than ever to make their voices heard.
So to wrap things up, I guess the big question we're left with is this. Would you be more likely to play a game if you saw an ad for it, even if you knew it wasn't real yet?
It's a fascinating thought experiment, isn't it?
Yeah.
The knowledge that a game doesn't exist yet but could exist based on player feedback
Right.
make it more or less appealing.
It's something for all of us to ponder.
Right.
Let us know your thoughts on this whole AI-generated ad situation. Hit us up on social media. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.